The social media buzz around Andrew Tate and his $100 million bet on Bitcoin is kind of cringe. And we are going to expose the real reason why he is talking about this. Welcome back, everyone. Although we love to hear the social media influencers say the magic words, right, that they're going to buy Bitcoin and that's it. They're going all in. Unfortunately, though, we need to take a step back and take a look why they are saying this, and is this even real? Anyways, the most recent situation or example, I should say, of this is Cobra Tate, right? Andrew Tate, the what is he, a former kickboxer, something like that. Anyways, whatever. So I just know him as a misogynist, so it doesn't really matter. Everything I've ever seen about him, he just, to me, anyways, has these terrible takes, and he just lures these guys who unfortunately probably didn't have better male role models in their lives into some pretty terrible advice. But anyways, it's not about that. It's really about these most recent tweets and these announcements, right? Is he really buying $100 million worth of Bitcoin? So here we go. I know I'm not supposed to do this in chaotic times, but I'm about to leave fiat completely and ape over $100 million into BTC. So do you really think he has $100 million bucks? That's debatable. Unfortunately for people like him, the odds are stacked against him. And the reason why I say this is because I have yet to see a person that flaunts their supposed wealth the way that him and others have done actually have any of that wealth. The majority of them, if not all of them, are just living like that on borrowed money. So essentially, that's why they need to make such a big impression, and that's why they need to constantly have attention, is because they constantly do need the flow of funds, right? They need those marketing opportunities because they aren't actually as wealthy as they claim they are. Anyways, let's continue. So with the tweet, he says he'll even prove that he did it. I'm done with the banks. I'm done with their money, done with their scans. Then I'm going boating. Okay. So I mean, like, look, that's definitely a great engagement tweet for all of the Bitcoiners. And Andrew's not a stupid guy, right? Like we can say whatever we want about his cringy takes, or his kind of very rough, arrogant stances, but he's not a stupid guy. He knows how to market. He knows how to get attention. We are talking about him right here on my puny little channel, right? So it's, hey, he knows what he's doing. Now, he also understands that the Bitcoiners are probably the wealthiest people in the space, or at least that may be what his impression is. Now you're saying, Phil, like, why does that matter? Just wait, okay? So pay attention. On May 15th, he said that he's going to be aping over into Bitcoin, $100 million, right? Okay. And of course, right, on Finbold, same thing. This is what's covered. May 16th, the day of this recording. Okay, so May 15th, he's got the 100 million, right? May 16th, same thing. He is going to dump his fiat, buy the $100 million worth. All right, we know the story, right? So he hasn't done this yet because he actually had more crypto than fiat, which is weird, in his possession, but added that I think I'll just leave fiat completely, which he earlier referred to as a fiat Ponzi scam cash that you can self-enslave to earn. Okay, so obviously the crypto news outlets have picked up on this and have amplified his signal. Now, we go back a few days, go back to May 13th. Andrew Tate says he's cashed 500K in Bitcoin to go. Wait a second. I was just telling you about how he's going all in on Bitcoin. He said he's got $100 million, right? The $100 million bucks into BTC. But yet 3 days ago, when GameStop was the big news, he was going to cash out 500K in Bitcoin 3 days ago and go all in on GameStop. So wait a second. Wait, this doesn't make sense. Is he going to dump his money into equities, or is he going to buy Bitcoin? You know what? Maybe it's neither. Ah, there we have it, guys. We just look back a couple of days, and what do we see? May 10th, Andrew Tate coin will explode 16,000% ahead of MEXC listing. Oh my God. So now it all starts to make sense. Now that we looked everything, now that we looked at the whole timeline, it all makes sense. Somebody has a pre-mined shitcoin that they need to dump on unsuspecting noobs. How? How do we garner an attention in an attention economy? Well, look, GameStop's the big news. Why not say you're going to sell a bunch of Bitcoin to buy GameStop? And then all of a sudden, oh, look at that. He's going to take $100 million and he's going to buy Bitcoin. But 3 days ago, he was selling part of his Bitcoin to buy GameStop. It's just all so confusing. Anyways, here we go. Andrew Tate coin and Tate. A newly launched Solana shitcoin is poised to explode over 16,000% in a matter of days. That's right, guys. You just got to get in on this, okay? And Tate will be listed on MEXC, one of the largest centralized exchanges in the world, within a few days. And this is a massively bullish development for the token, as millions of new investors will easily be able to buy Andrew Tate coin. Wow, that's awesome. And then you know what? They're so nice. They even tell you how to buy it, and they tell you where to send your funds to. And guys, if you don't believe in this, check this out. And Tate currently has a market cap of just under 20K. So it has huge upside potential. I love digging into these stories. I get really pissed off. More so, pissed off is a bad term. I'd say it's much more disappointed, right? I get disappointed in people who like to report this kind of hopium as genuine, because Andrew Tate, I mean, I'm sorry, but I understand that, that he, was a fighter and all of that good stuff. And in no way am I downplaying his athletic capabilities, right? Like, that there's no question there. But that doesn't make a person not a grifter, right? Just because somebody was good at something or professional at one thing, it doesn't mean that they're not a grifter in other aspects of their life. So when you take a look at this timeline, right? He was going to sell Bitcoin to buy GameStop. He's now going to plunge $100 million into Bitcoin. You need to understand what he's doing. None of these things are happening. What he's doing is putting himself in the news so that when his shitcoin comes out, you have it on your mind. You're already paying attention to it. That's the grift, okay? The grift is that you are paying attention to him. We are paying attention to him, and then you go and buy his shitcoin. So, guys, don't fall for the Andrew Tate hopium. The other piece of it is this. I don't actually think that he's like some multimillionaire. I really don't. It's very easy to fool people into thinking that you have things that you don't have, okay? It's easy to create publicity, and you got to remember, right? A lot of times these homes, they're not owned, they're rented. The cars, they're rented, okay? Like, a lot of these lives are rented. The other thing is this, right? Even some of the more expensive jewelry that these people wear, it's also rented. So yeah, it's just, look, you got to be wary of people who want to flaunt their wealth, because usually they're flaunting it because they're trying to attract you. Think of it kind of like a peacock, right? Like a peacock puts out its best colors, right, to attract you. So it's the same thing. Anyways, guys, yeah, if you're buying this fucking Tate coin, you're not going to make it. If you're buying into this Andrew Tate hopium, you are also most likely not going to make it. Guys, catch you next week. That's the clip.